For the goblet squat, you'll just need a kettlebell. The first thing you want to do is get your foot placement. Some people prefer about a shoulder width placement, some people prefer a slightly wider, and some people prefer a really wide stance. It's kind of personal preference, so you're just going to have to play with it and see what feels more comfortable for you. Everybody's hips are kind of created differently, so it calls for just a little bit different technique on this one. You can either have your feet directly forward. A lot of people tend to want their feet slightly turned out. You have 3 points of contact on your feet. You have your heel, your big toe, and your small toe. You want to think of it as kind of like an eagle claw. What you want to do is kind of spread the claw, then kind of grab the ground so you have equal weight distribution on all 3 points. You'll want to maintain that the whole time. Go ahead and grab the kettlebell. If you hold the underside of the handles, hold it a couple inches away from your chest, and you'll hold it there throughout the entire movement, keeping good posture. You're not like rounding forward, keeping that good, same neutral spine posture the whole time. The first movement when you're squatting is not actually down. It's actually pushing your hips back. It's kind of as if I have a lasso around your waist, and I'm standing behind you and I'm pulling on the rope. Kind of how that would look is the first movement that you would want to do as you're squatting. Once you start to break at the hips, you can start to descend and allow your hips to go down. What we don't want is your knees traveling real far out past your toes. So go ahead, so it's down, up. You can go as far down as what you want that you feel comfortable with. Keep it in a little closer. As you go down and come up, you want your knees to stay in alignment with your toe. You don't want them to get too far inside of your big toe or too far outside of your small toe. For a lot of people, what that's going to mean is you're almost going to consciously have to keep your knees apart the whole time, or else what's going to happen is a lot of you will start to have your knees kind of travel in together. That's what we don't want.